Peace and love, abundant tribe. It's El Deity, Princey, the miracle coach, and I am here to help you. I'm with 11 Master Consultant. I am here to serve your spiritual awakening and your mastery of manifesting. So let's hop right into the video. We're going to be talking about the vibrational emotional chart today. Now, as you can see, this chart can feel intimidating. It can seem like it's hard to understand, but I promise you it's very simple. This chart is merely the 8th law that I teach of the Hermetica, which is all transcendence. So let's look at shame, right? Shame is the lowest frequency. Shame is the embodiment of not wanting to discuss or disgust, okay, the troublesome thing. This is just an example of how shame can show up with the thoughts of, I'll take it to my grave. I'm not going to speak about it. I'm going to bury it. Remember, energy cannot die, nor can energy be created. Energy can only transform and continue on. Energy is a continuation of time and of experiences. That's all energy is. So when you look at shame, shame can be transcended into guilt. These words are not scary at all, okay? This is the totality of being in these human physical bodies. So when you transcend from shame, you go up to guilt. Guilt is when you express the said thing that you said, oh, I'm going to take to my grave, right? You transform it. But guilt is when you're like in these should have, could haves, or wishes. I should have stopped myself from doing such and such. I know better, right? Or I should have spoken up for this person. Guilt is that energy of just constantly looking back and saying, it's a good thing though. These things are good because when you're in shame, you don't move the energy at all. You're just stuck in this frequency. But when you're in guilt, that means you have spoken about it. You have said it. You have allowed that energy to transcend. This is a clear representation of the energy you are withholding of your current state of being. If you are feeling guilt is that's a good thing. Clap, hug yourself, kiss yourself, because you have went from shame to now guilt, and guilt can be overlapping with now apathy. Apathy is a higher vibration. Apathy is that 55 is that change, that adventure, coupled with the 0, which is totality. But apathy is when you stop, right? When you stop and continue. Apathy is when you stop or you continue shooting yourself and you feel undeserving of your present. You feel undeserving of the present moment. An example would be, I know I should do such and such, but what's the point? What's the point of doing this, that, and the third when I feel like this, that, and the third? So apathy overlaps with guilt in a certain extent. If it's constantly going back to that, I should have, would have, could have done this better. But and then to move forward with that apathy could be just the mere fact of, I am going to allow this. This leads into the grief, because by you having this overlapping from guilt to apathy of not wanting to do anything, you are now entering into that grieving state. Because if you're not shooting yourself, if you're not wishing you could have did something different, you're allowing your energy to transcend into the guilt, which is the feeling of the loss or said thing. So this is now where you begin to step into the reality that, like, I had no control. I had no control of that reality, of that particular time and space. And it's now in the past. So you're allowing your apathy to go through the grieving process. The grieving process can be for anything: losing a person, losing a version of yourself, okay? When you have to walk away from a version of yourself, that can be a grieving process within itself, because you are so identified and so attached to being and saying or doing these specific things. But now you realize that in order to get into the desired reality that I choose to be in, I have to do, be, and have it now. So in order for me, if I want to have, I'm always going to use a man, for example, because I love my man. So let's use that. In order for me, for an example, to have a loving, healthy man, why am I going to be around women who are not in healthy relationships? Or why am I going to be around women who talk bad about men? that doesn't add up with the desired reality that I want to be in. If I want to be in a loving, healthy relationship, I have to act as if I already had that. Someone who loves their partner is not going to be around people who are against partners. It's the same thing. Or if you want to start a business. If you want to start a business, why would you hang around those who are employees? Everything is an energy. Butterflies are not going to fly with ladybugs, even though both are very much beautiful, right? But you're not going to see a butterfly hanging out with a ladybug. They're on two totally different planes, two totally different energetic fields. They're not coagulating on the same quantum field. It's the same thing with going from losing the fact that, okay, I had no control in that reality, but guess what? Now I'm learning I have the control. So with all this being said too, I have a guide to help you through each state. I have a guide that will help you transcend each level of these energies. And all you have to do is click the link below to download the free course. But I'm going to leave it at there so that way you can drop some comments so I can do a follow-up. Let me know from this chart. Let me know what are your emotions. And quickly before I go, let's look at the highest emotion, right? Enlightenment is really the embodiment of that oneness, of the all, of the highest form of creating. Enlightenment is mentalism. Mentalism is one of the 8 Hermetic principles. I teach 8. And with that being said, enlightenment is knowing that whatever I say, so shall it be. I am the creator. I am free to express. Peace, love, and darkness. Stay rich, wet, and wet, dangerous. Look at the links below so you can download this course. I also have a free course to help you master your reality that talks about the 8 mental faculties specifically. So check that out. I have so much things coming for you all. We're almost at 500 subs. I'm so excited. We're going to do a giveaway at 500 subs. It'll be something really delicious and just sweet. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Deuces.
Had to hop over fences and climb up the ladder to get what I want, bitch, I'm just getting better. They tried to tell me I would never be shit. Look at me now, body built like a brick. Sleep all you want, but I'm chasing my dreams. Everything I do is fucking supreme. Came from the hood, ain't shit sweet about me.